Hello, welcome to Pop Along RC. I'm Mark, he's Carl. Listen, right, we talk quite frequently on the phone, you and I, don't we? It's safe to say.
We do.
And
we do communicate.
My wife had a right old go at me the other day. She says, you talk to him way too much. She says, not only that, you talk absolute nonsense. She said,
I get the same from my wife. She says, I talk to you too much on the phone.
Yeah.
You're always on the phone to
she
him,
says,
talking nonsense.
Yeah, nonsense. She says, is it like Morse code or something, like TTO1, M03, ESC, all this type of stuff? And I said, no, it's genuine RC stuff. You will never understand, I said to her. I said, you'll never understand. So don't even try it, I said. We thought we'd put together a little video for you. Right?
Just for you. Now, I'll tell you what, try and watch the video. If you don't understand what we're talking about, feel free to turn off. But if you do, stay tuned to see how long you last.
All right.
See how long you last.
see how long you last, yeah.
So, where shall we start? Now, we could start with some names like Koyosho, Yokomo.
Yeah.
Tamiya. People know Tamiya, but I'll tell you what, Tamiya.
Mardave.
Yeah. Schumacher. Not the Michael.
Not the
Michael. No, everyone says, oh, Michael Schumacher. It's not Michael Schumacher. But let's start off with Tamiya, shall we?
Okay. All right.
Right. I think we could go with the car that we've run the most over the last few years. So the TTO1.
No, you could go with the TTO1, but you could also go with the TTO2, couldn't you?
Or some of my favourites here, M03.
Or the M05, M07. I understand there's an M08.
There is an M08. This is an M06.
That's not an M08 then. That's an M06. What's that one?
M07.
What's this one?
M05.
And that's an MO3.
This one here is the MB01.
MB01.
Now,
go on.
These cars here, we've always run in this one, the 1060.
Ah, the 1060. Sometimes we've gone over to the 1080.
This is the 1080 though, so the 1080 gives you a little bit more. Because I'm a Spectrum lad.
Yeah. You're on the Spectrum, but
I am. It's debatable. It's not really debatable. Probable. An SR3100.
Oh, I love the SR3100.
Yeah, I wonder what I've got in this one over here though. Nothing. I've taken it out.
Took it out of there, didn't you?
Maybe I took it out and put it in this one. What's in that one?
What's in that one? Ah, that's the old Hobby Wing XR10. It's not not to be confused with the XR10 Pro.
No, you've got an XR10 Pro, haven't you?
I have got an XR10 Pro, and I'm going to be running it alongside a Team Power 70.5 turn brushless motor, ready for my stock touring car. It's nearly ready. Yeah, that's the SNRC. T3M. Team Power's car.
But that's the 23 modified version with the low profile shocks.
You've got it. We've done a few changes to it, yeah. So what cells are we running? What are we going with?
Well, all of these cars, because we're racing, is 2S LiPo.
I have noticed that the LiPo, and that's the 2S, but it's a 100C LiPo, isn't it?
100C, so that's got a lot of...
Again, a lot of
that. So we've got 100C on the LiPo there.
Yeah.
Capacity of this one is a 55.
Ah, it's a 55. I'm running 45s. You're running the 55 there. Yeah, exactly.
So that's pretty good. Now, we were talking about the Tamiya and stuff. We do a couple of changes on these. First thing is the old ball race kits, but second thing is the shocks, because we like to put oil in our shocks,
don't we? Put oil in the shocks. Now, I think it's safe to say the standard oil is a 35 weight.
35? I normally go about 400.
Yeah, well, there's two, you see. You've got 35 and 430. Same thing, mate, same thing.
So you've got the CST rating.
The CST rating and the other rating. I don't know what that is. Anyway, and that's the different viscosities, you see, the different viscosities.
So when I go for my GT12, which runs... It runs slightly different dampers on those. I think I have a 10,000 weight and a 20,000 weight. So on the lateral loading dampers, you got 10,000.
They even do a million weight viscosity.
Yeah. I've got a 500,000 weight one, which I was going to put in a diff.
Thick. Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah, do you know what I put in the Tamiyas?
What's that?
The old AW grease, but it is a bit on the old pricey.
It's a bit pricey side. That stuff was it £7 for?
Oh, it's a rip off.
It's probably more £7 when we bought it last. Yeah. But do you know what? There's different types of diff, isn't there? So you've got the ball diffs.
You've got a ball diff, you've got gear diffs, you can use 2 gears in a diff. With a Team Associated B6.4, the gear diff in that one, you normally run a 2 gear diff in there. Gives it more rotation in the corners, put about a 5,000 weight oil in that, something like that.
And that's one of the reasons I'm struggling with the TLR
because you've got
22 5.0 DC. Now that one's got a ball diff in. And it's just not doing what it needs to do. I can't get the rotation.
You can't get it around the corners, can you?
So, we were talking brushless motors earlier, and they said 17 and a half turn? What's that in kV?
That's about 2,250 kV.
So, you've got kV rating, and you've also got brushless rating on your motors. But, back in the old day, we never had brushless. We had brush motors. Now, generally, we're running a 540 motor in these. In the Vantage, though, it's a 550 motor.
It's a 550 motor.
Because that was a slightly longer barrel, wasn't it?
And that, I think, equated to I think that was a 17-turn motor, wasn't it?
The Vantage came with a 15-turn, and it had a fan in it as well. So it had cooling. Now, the Top Boys, with the old, the benders, as it were, another technical term that
is very technical.
They use things called con drops, don't they, on there?
They do use con. You won't catch me using con drops on a car or anything like that. I'm not a said bender.
You do use con drops, and you got your special magic juice that you get from Schumacher.
On my magic juice. Shh! Don't say anything about the magic juice.
We've not mentioned that on the channel.
Don't mention the magic juice.
We won't talk anything about your magic juice.
Please don't. Everyone's after my magic juice.
I know.
And I'm not giving it away. It does not come cheap.
It does not. Then, turning the old wheels at the front, we've got our servos.
Oh, servos.
So, what servo have I got in this one?
Right, this is if you chub a 59551.
59551.
Yeah.
We got an e-tronics ET2049 in this one.
ET.
Do you know what? That's a budget servo. That's only about £15. So, in the M07R...
It's extraterrestrial though, that's why.
Well, in the M07R, that's going to get upgraded to a faster servo because I think...
Savox or something like that, or a KO.
I think Savox in this one. I'm going to stick with e-tronics though, but I'm just going to move up the range a couple. I can't remember what it is. I think it's a 2060, something like that.
The old 2060.
Yeah.
I know it well, mate. I know it well.
So, moving on, boss. Now, this one here... I tend to run the old Rush tyres on this.
What numbers?
But sometimes I run sweeps.
Yeah.
I think currently, actually, this one's running 24s.
24s. So don't go for 32s then.
No.
32s are when you heat up a bit.
So this one over here, I've got 24 on the front, 30 on the back. But at the last round of the Nationals, I was running 33s all round. This one over here, I think I'm going to stick with 24s indoors because grip on our track... it's not the ETS carpet, it's just the grey control carpet. I think I'm going to need a grippier tyre. But then, we say that, on our touring cars, we run completely different tyres.
Well, on the TTO1Es, we run the old Contact A30s, they're very good. But
you
try and put a Contact A30 on a fast touring car, rubbish! It doesn't work.
Stick a Contact A30 carpet spec tyre on an outdoor track, and it's like you're... Don't like it on ice. It was an absolute waste of time. That was a lesson learned, wasn't it?
That was a lesson learned.
Yeah. So what were we running on the touring cars?
28s, 20. We used to go with Sorex. People out there
can't get them now.
People watching go, oh yeah, Sorex, yeah. You can't get them. But they were a good tyre, and they stopped making them. So
what are you on now? Sweeps or Rush?
Rush 30. No, I don't know. I can't remember. I've gone blank. I'm getting old.
You are getting old.
But there were 28 of sorts.
There were 28. Valenti's.
I don't like Valenti's.
King of Clubs, we run the Valenti 34s as a control tyre. They worked quite well. That levelled out the playing field, didn't it?
I don't really rate them myself, but people out there will... I find they're a bit heavy.
Yeah, but when it gets really hot, we have to go up to 36.
Oh, go up to 36 when it gets hot.
Got a few of those, which we like to use. Yeah.
All right, so have we exhausted all the information here? I kind of hope people are going to use this video. So when your wife's partners, whoever says to you, I don't understand what you're going on about. Just playing this video. That's why we did it.
Yeah, so that clearly clears things up,
I
doesn't
actually
it?
don't think anyone's going to be watching this bit because they would have got bored about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
So
and we didn't even get on to talk about like the DX3R Pro, which was my favourite. I love the DX3R Pro. I've now got a DX5 rugged.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't talk about some of the gadgets and gizmos that come with these things, like the hinge wanger 3000, fluctuating, self-lubricating
capacitors,
thrust piston.
Oh
capacitor.
Yes, that one.
We didn't get on to that.
No,
that's another one.
That's just for the people that have stuck around till the end.
And the revolving dingle hopper. That is a. I tell you what, if you don't know what that is,
game changer.
Don't Google that. Anyway, have we done?
I think so.
Okay.
I think we've just waffled on enough, don't we?
Yeah.
Have we literally just sat here and talked nonsense?
Yeah, we need to script this, man. This is just, we're just blagging this. You know that, right? You can
Welcome to Pop Along RC.